up, you guys? Dina Rae here. Welcome back to the Purple Diva Den studio. I'm here to talk about being a female engineer. You guys have been asking me, what's it like to be a female engineer and how did you start engineering? So I just wanted to give you a little backstory on how that all came about. So you may or may not know, I was signed to Motown Universal at one time, and then I did release some independent records after, and learning Pro Tools, or how to cut my own vocals in Pro Tools, which is the program I use, was a way to empower myself from having to rely on anyone, okay? Because, I've had engineers take off with my songs, my masters. I've had them keep them from me after doing a bunch of work. I just wanted to be in control of my intellectual property and my work, The other really good thing about being able to engineer yourself is I can literally wake up at 2 a.m. with an idea, roll out of bed, and just come out here in my pajamas and get some work done and get my idea out. It's so empowering. I don't have to wait on anyone. I got my own agenda. I can hop on this mic whenever I want, whenever I'm inspired. Although I did take one intro class several years ago at UCLA Extension for Intro to Pro Tools, that's not really where I learned. I believe it is a very hands-on program, and until I had some of my homies like Corrupt sit me down at the Pro Tools and actually walk me through it, and while I'm touching the mouse, while I'm following the direction, that's when I really started to get the hang of it. My goal was to be able to sound like the radio without needing anybody else. And over time and putting in a lot of hours, that's what happened. And now I'm cutting my singles and other people from right here. So I started off cutting a lot of people over at Corrupt's old studio, a lot of West Coast OGs, the Dog Pound, the Alcoholics, MTA, King T, Compton's Most Wanted. It's like all the LA OGs were there, and I put in a lot of hours recording them, and that's basically where I got my nerve and my chops built up. I think coming from being an artist and songwriter, I have a really good bearing on vocal production and arrangement, and also the ear to grab the vocals and the performance that I need so I know we can make a great record. I had a lot of experience working with engineers that were just pushing buttons, and that used to drive me fucking crazy in the booth, because you want feedback. I mean, most people do. If you just, if you don't think you need any correction or feedback, that's your own hang up. But most of the people I like to work with like an input, or will bounce ideas off of each other, So I think that's another good point as well, is, you don't want any ego. You want to go in with your talent. And of course, the artist is the star of the show, so you want to let them lead, unless it's kind of a situation where maybe you have someone just recording for the first time, or they're new at recording and you can guide them through the process. But I tend to give my 2 cents or 3 cents, especially if I'm asked, when it comes to the vocal production. Hey, should we do a double? Should we do a triple? Let's add a harmony. Let's add a counter melody if we're talking about singers now. Ad libs for rappers or singers, it's my job to make sure I get as much performance, so when they go sit down or take their break or even leave, I have enough to work with to edit and make a decent mix. So after recording all the OGs and getting my experience there, that is when I got the phone call from the Black Eyed Peas will.i.am studio that I was now engineering. They do know me as an artist, as a singer, and they also know what I bring to the table as far as my experience, all the hours I've put into this music business. So I got the call and they were like, hey, we got a bunch of young artists over here. You should come cut these artists. And that's where I really put my foot in the whole engineering and vocal production / songwriting game, because I was helping them all finish their songs, record them, making sure I'm pulling the best performance out of them again. And it was very successful, and I fine-tuned my sound out of there. So now I'm here cutting my own music. It's very liberating. I don't have to rent out a studio. I actually now prefer to work and cut in the comfort of the Purple Diva Den, because why not? I can do it myself. Fancy studios are cool. Big studios are great. You know, if you have a big budget, that's great. But if you're at home, there's no reason why you can't work and make beats, record, engineer, and there's so much technology now. Again, so I'll go over the stuff I have so you know. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment or ask a question, and I'll be sure to answer them. I'm working on my MacBook Pro laptop. It is being mirrored to a bigger screen here. I have my Scarlett Focusrite interface, which I love. It does the job. I also have an Apollo somewhere, but honestly, I've been using this and it works. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And my ST55 mic right behind me. Oops. See? So that's the mic. And, you know, and that's it. You know, being a female doing this, it has empowered me. It's given me a second wind and another life in this music business, another avenue to make money. There's always someone that wants to record and to be trusted with vocals and the sound sonically that I'm going to give them, because you are going to leave with a great mix. I'm not going to let you leave with some ratchet demo sounding version of your song. It's not happening. So I think there's probably little underestimation being a female, but once they hear my sound, it's a non-factor, and it's actually very empowering, and it's applauded. So definitely one of the highlights and greatest moves of my career, having another tool in my toolkit that I can use, another hat that I can wear, another avenue to make money. And it's been a wild journey, you know. I have my single pulled up, the remix with King G that we did right here.
Sunshine, another day in the front line, yeah. Another day in the sunshine.
And it sounds great.
Another day in the front line. She's the king in the bloodline. Only wanna fuck with you sometimes. I'm in the big.
Yeah, so King G is a well-known rapper, MC. You may or may not know who he is, but he absolutely trusts me with his vocals, and it's a good feeling, you know? Look, I know what the fuck I'm doing with these vocals, and I wanted another outlet. I don't want to have to rely on selling records or being an artist. This is a very competitive and flooded market and time for the music business, and the more you can do, obviously, the more ways you can win and make money. So I hope you enjoyed my video. Dina Rae here. Make sure you subscribe, share, and comment, and hit up my IG too, Dina Rae 13. All right? Purple Diva out.